Hello, people of YouTube. My name is Steve Gray, and thank you for watching. We're back to the lights today because I am filming this a little bit later. So if it looks a little bit grainy, well, Jujutsu Kaisen will probably look halfway decent if I can get that filmed at a reasonable time for Saturday. So today we are talking about the season finale and probably the series finale of The Promised Neverland, based on how this ended. I'm a little bit annoyed at the laziness of the writing in this episode, especially if you thought last episode felt a little rushed but was still pretty decent. Well, this episode felt even more rushed, and a lot more could have been said. We got a teaser that there could have been a season 3, and then almost a definite no, we are not ever going to get a season 3. This is the end of the anime. That's all she wrote. If you're on this video now, my recommendation would possibly be don't watch the second season, because let me tell you, season 1 was definitely better than season 2. It is what it is. Not to say that I didn't enjoy season 2, didn't enjoy the ride, but near the end it definitely got more and more and more rushed. And here we are with The Promised Neverland season 2 episode 11 review. So we start off with Peter Rattery saying that, I am not dealing with any of this nonsense. William, we got the backstory with him, and his brother was actually William Manvira, and he ended up killing him because he found out what he was doing, trying to save the kids. He thought he was in the right by upholding the promise that was for 1,000 years. He thought, the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. That was kind of his general understanding with it. And he did not want to deal with his brother doing that, so he killed his own brother for the sake of it. He sacrificed his brother for his ideals, and then he also sacrificed himself for his ideals. He didn't think that the demons could change. He thinks that, by letting the kids be free, going back to the human world, trying to make a new deal with the demons after 1,000 years is a terrible idea, and that demons and humans are just going to end up massacring everybody over again. And then Peter also, because he knows actual human history as well, talks about wars, things along those lines. He was like, look, it doesn't matter who's killing who. Somebody's always killing somebody, and it's always the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. And he says that right before he slits his own throat, and then Emma runs over there trying to save him, and, Norman kind of shakes his head like, no, he's not going to live. Don't worry about it. Moving on from there, we go to a kind of mom arc where she was like, oh, we're not going. There's too much stuff to do here. And then the kids are like, no, you're all coming with us to the new world. We want all of you there. We understand that you just made the best of a crappy situation. You're not necessarily a terrible person for leading all of these children to their death, because one, you're doing it for your own survival, and two, you're trying to make the kids as happy as possible before they end up walking to their deaths. We don't know how many years Mom had to do this for, but she was probably dying inside every single time because she knew that one of the kids that she loved, that she helped raise, she was literally walking them to their death for her own survival, because that's all you could do. So they said that they still love her because she's a genuinely kind person, and they want her to come to the real world to help raise them, in which that does end up happening. They do end up going to the human world. So next we pull down the lever. It's going down, down, down. And we get to this door, this magical little door to the human world, and the pen activates the door in order to open it. So they all start walking towards the door, and then we see Phil's hand slip out of Emma's. And Phil's turns around and he's like, what? And then we're left with basically the main characters saying that they plan on staying in the demon world, so that way they can make a new deal with the demons. They can turn all of the demons into intelligent demons with Mujika's blood. Mujika is all about helping Emma as well. Her and Emma are pretty much best friends at this point in time. And their plan is to try to change the world that they live in. And then eventually they said, we promise we'll meet up with Phil. We're not going to die. Things along those lines. So the ones that end up staying behind are the main characters, Norman, Ray, and Emma. And then all of the other Labda kids as well. I initially thought Don and Gilda were going to stay, but they decided to go as well with the majority of the kids because they want to get everybody out of the farms, everybody into the human world, or at least be able to live at peace with the demons. And because of Muzika's blood, there's really no need to eat humans anymore. I mean, yes, they may be tasty and taste good, but at the same time, you don't need them to sustain your life anymore, or your children no longer need to worry about it. Everybody's going to have your blood. You can just give them your blood, which was apparently, from what I can tell, the blood, I guess, doesn't pass through if you have children. We kind of learned that from Valak and his granddaughter Emma, in which he had to actually give her blood. But it doesn't really matter because that's something as simple as, oh, I'm going to slice my thumb a little bit, here's some blood, you're good to go, and you don't have to worry about it, because once you have the blood, you always have the blood, and you can transfer it to whoever you want. So no major issue there. And instead of, like, closing the door, ending the episode there with the thoughts of there going to be a season 3, no, we get a bunch of clips and quick little images. I'm guessing they're just little nidbits from main moments in the manga. Looks like at some point they meet the noble demons, they make some sort of new deal, and there's just all these kind of picture images, things along those lines, one after the other. I think it's like a 5-minute sequence, I'll be honest with you. And I'm just sitting here like, oh, great. That means they're not doing a season 3. That means this season was rushed for a reason, because they are just wrapping it up, and this is the final season. We're never going to see a season 3. And then I was like, oh, maybe this is just a little bit of a preview, possibly, for season 3. Maybe we will get a season 3, because I've highly enjoyed season 1. Season 1 was amazing. Everybody couldn't stop talking about it. Now season 2, it's kind of the opposite. All the manga readers hate it. The anime people are kind of indifferent, like me, where I understand. I feel that some episodes are rushed, but I'm enjoying the ride. And some people just hate season 2 altogether. We don't fully know exactly what's going on with that. But then, to pour salt in the wound, we get to see everybody a little bit more grown up. So Phil's grown up. You get to see Don and Gilda. All the kids are like actually going to school now. Mom actually gets married to somebody, has an actual child of her own besides Ray, because as we learned from season 1, Ray is actually her child. And then we get to see a grown-up Emma. We don't really get to see any of the characters, and they are back in the human world. So they're probably like, it's been a couple of years at least. They're probably like between 16 and 18. We don't have an exact age range on them exactly, but they're significantly older than they were in the main series. So it ends with basically Phil and Emma hugging it out, and then it pans to Grace Field, which is now covered in overgrowth because it is no longer being used. We see the death plant, the plant that sucks the blood, instantly kills its prey out of everybody, sucks all the blood up and blooms, and it ends with a moth landing on it, and that's it. So this episode, super rushed. That is the biggest downside to this episode. Was it decent overall? Yes. Overall, it was a fine episode. There wasn't really anything massively wrong with it, minus the fact that the reason that it was super rushed is because they were clearly just trying to end the show. The manga ended badly, from what I've been told by the fans, and now the anime gets to end badly too, and I'm sure everybody is going to be hating on this the next couple of days, and just talking about how, oh, there's no possible way we're getting a season 3. They're skipping all the noble stuff. They went anime original to end it because of how bad the manga did, and the sales just tanked, from my knowledge anyway, after a while, because nobody liked how the manga ended. So I was like, oh, they'll change up the anime a little bit. We'll probably get a season 3, but no, we are not getting a season 3. The entire season was rushed. You skipped over, somebody said the Golden Pony arc. I didn't read the manga, probably not going to, I'll be honest with you. And that's just it. We're done. We're not getting a season 3. Can almost 100% guarantee you that, maybe 99%. But tiny chance, depending on how well the season goes. Once it gets turned into the dub, I know typically it seems to be based more off of the Japanese audience than the American audience, because they're a bigger audience, to my knowledge anyway. But I don't foresee us ever getting a season 3. I think this is just series finale. I'm going to call it there. We're giving the series finale, we'll give it like a 7 out of 10. It was a decent episode, I'll be honest with you, but it was rushed. You could have spread it out. You could have spread this season out easily. You could have just more slowly explain things, not as slowly as Re:Zero, but just explain it a little bit longer, and maybe have an extra 4 or 5 episodes in there, stretch it out to episode 14. Could have easily done that. Episode 15, who knows? Probably could have got another 5 episodes in there easily, in my opinion. But it is what it is, enjoy it. If you're here watching this in the future, I would recommend probably just watch season 1 and kind of stop there. You don't really need to watch season 2. It doesn't get better. I hate to tell you that. You think it's going to get better. It does not, unfortunately. And we'll just leave it at that. Let me know what your thoughts about the series finale, season finale, whatever you'd like to call it, are in the comments down below. While you're down there, hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell, and leave a like. And let me know other shows you want me to review, how the schedule is going to go this week. Just to remind you again, for people that did not watch my Re:Zero review, is Re:Zero's Wednesday. Thursday is Dr. Stone. Friday is going to be The Promised Neverland. Saturday is going to be Jujutsu Kaisen. Sunday, we're going to bring back My Hero Academia Season 5. And then we are pushing Final Space again to Monday. Coming after that, it's going to be Dr. Stone on Thursday. My Hero Academia on Saturday. I believe it's Saturday when it's going to be released, and then going to be Final Space on Sunday, and hopefully I get to go back to making some sort of random quirky videos. I thought about doing a character analysis of Mora from Yashahime Princess Half Demon, if you're interested in that, about how she's kind of like just the comedic relief, and then her character kind of develops better. So on and so forth. Let me know what you think about that idea. So we'll leave it there. There's the schedule for the week. Thank you for watching. My name is Steve Gray, and as always, have a good one.